How's it, everybody? Another episode on YouTube, mate. Gonna have to stand strong and be a gangster right now, mate. Bit of a fashion show. Uh, Back in the slops. Of course, I love my parents, mate. I seem like I'm such a bad person. Of course, I love my family and stuff. I guess in life we've got all sorts of situations, mate. But I'm not gonna promote that spice of life that will keep you awake and lose everything, mate. But I guess in life is an adventure, mate. So you've got to pounce on every opportunity, mate. I'm not gonna tell anybody to start having children or try to get married right now. I'd probably say make your dreams come true, mate. But I guess instead of talking a whole lot of nonsense and preaching, mate, I'd say that's the past, mate. The world is a beautiful place, mate. Zimbabwe is beautiful. You've got Kariba, Inyanga, Victoria Falls. You've got all sorts of things in Zimbabwe. Fishing, hunting. You can go to pubs, clubs. The economy might sound so bad but it's a different world, mate. There must be a nice place in India, mate. So we'll pounce on this audience of depressed people. Of course, I love my parents, mate. Of course, I'll apologize. But I sort of feel, why do I need to apologize? I'm a grown man. I'm doing well by myself. I'll never give up the freedom to speak my own philosophy. Sometimes being fresh and clean is close to godliness, mate. Not gonna try to attack anybody or start dissing somebody on television, mate. I guess an opportunity for a girlfriend, mate, is always gonna be better, mate. But of course, I love my family. I love people. But I guess that's an opportunity for those type of pirates, the wrong type of pirate, mate. Trying to rob pirates, mate. Pirates have treasure, of course. So then I guess I've got to do the economic side of the world, mate. Obviously, you can teach anybody. But like high school, mate, people want to talk about the past. Let's talk about the future, mate. No stomach. Stomach is gone. Let's forget about trying to diss somebody, mate. Let's try to be what you claim you are. Don't be like a motorbike. Brrr, all this brrr, brrr, brrr. Me, I got the backup and the muscle, mate. Me, I'm ready for anybody on the street, mate. Anyone trying to come knock on my door looking for 20,000. Creep, no sleep. Where you creeping, mate? I'm not one of those people, mate. But of course, I'll spend about maybe 20 minutes, mate. Opportunity to make myself famous. Opportunity to claim my own hard work. Try to be paid for my views or try to do something different. There's a lot of stuff you can do in New Zealand. Bridgermart is the gateway of the city, mate. It has to open. The construction in Auckland has to stop, mate, or give our business a turn. But I guess, like any corporation, mate, biker gangs or anything, mate, always trying to make something nice for everybody, even those particular characters in society. Those not so nice places, always trying to reach inside there, the brain of the government, and trying to get inside also, mate, and try to also make peace or make some sort of a common sense. This is like a relationship, mate. You've got to be good looking if you want to be walking like a lion like this, mate. So I guess that was the old world, mate, which is the past, which the past will always make you who you are. The good times definitely count, mate. Obviously, the good times are what people remember, mate. But with any business, you've got good times, bad times, but there's no reason to try to follow a plan. A plan, there's no rules in life. You don't have to follow a criminal. Of course, I love my mom and dad. But like any typical colored people, mate, I'm not going to talk about myself too much. New Zealand is a beautiful place, mate. Beautiful beaches, a lot of opportunity, a very beautiful place out of Auckland. You've got to make the most, mate. But like any opportunity, I'm not going to try to dash off or disappear, mate, in a world where the dentist is also dodgy, mate. So I'm going to try to stick by my word with all the people that I got into this business, which I see as good people, mate. Never give up your freedom. Freedom to walk around, mate. You've got to think of the health benefits. The most important thing in the world is your legs. Without your legs, you can't have a job. Because at work you've got to stand the whole day, mate. But like any job, I'm not going to promote violence. Of course, I'll try to promote nice rock music. Music that definitely there's a lot of talent in the world. But you live in a world with a secret society that the world is billions of years old. So in any conversation, you do as much as you can. But I guess in a world where somebody's only doing one thing, maybe you're just a welder or a dentist. So I guess you get jealousy and all these problems with Lion King, mate. But it's not how you live. It's a quality of life. You can have all the diamonds. You can have all the looks. But it's all about quality, mate. Trying to look, yeah, it might be original, but it's not where you buy your stuff. It's not fake. Fake is totally zitchke or something, plastic, mate. It's all about quality. Even Zimbabwe has got a good life. So I guess for Zimbabwe, they want to see what the capability of the world, you know what I mean? So I guess, what is the Wasp Nest? Wasp Nest is a comic from Zimbabwe for rich coloreds, mate. I guess the Wasp Nest is technology, mankind, the apex predator. The apex predator, mankind. Mankind can tackle any situation, you know what I mean? I'm all about trying to invest in myself, invest in people, and invest in what I talk about, mate. I don't want to be like a motorbike right now, and I don't really want to give into temptation, but instead of giving into temptation, talk about the good times. The times with your friends, barbecues at home, barbecues in Zimbabwe, of course, is Africans are the experts of butchery, mate. Like Zimbabwe, South Africa is beautiful. Instead of trying to think about the outside world, think about what you have. Don't think about what you don't have. Because if you want to be a billionaire, you've got to work with what you have. You've got to focus on the heroes in your life. You can't focus on the villains. You can't focus on the bad people. The difference with my business, I don't worry about the stomach. It's not a comedy or something. But I guess you've got to be funny, mate. The stomach is gone. The stomach is never coming back. That child is married and got grandchildren. Nobody must go on television, start talking about no scrubs. But of course, I've got my own secret mode of transportation, like any villain you got, or Deadpool and X-Men and anything. So of course, I will support coming back into business. Like I guess my cousin's got a talented cousin, he made a song. So I would say, try to come back into business and make a nice song. But to make a nice song takes time and dedication. If you want to have a legacy or a cornerstone business, it takes time and dedication. So if you want the thorax of a person, obviously this is the most important tool. But besides that is your image. But in today's world, you want to have tattoos, something nice. You want to clear your mind. You don't want to think of the past. The past is definitely going to make you who you are. The good times are more important than the bad times. Bad times are created by a criminal that's an opportunist. But in a normal environment, of course, you'll be successful. Of course, in this business, you'll be paid. But if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to pay you, this is a different currency. Because on YouTube, it will last for eternity. So, of course, you've got all types of fundamentals. But if you're not present in any military encounter, put in a physical presence, then of course you'll be respected. And respect comes in different types of value. The world is an important place for a lot of reasons. For one, it's the weekend. It's the weekend, of course, everyone, so you must pounce on the opportunity. Instead of trying to worry about Wednesday, worry about all that you have in your life. Maybe you can go fishing. Maybe you can go horseback riding. It's all right to copy someone. A lot of people copy the strategy. You need a strategy, a formula, and you need to stick to your word. So obviously, you'll always have people that will follow you. You'll always have people. It doesn't matter what you put out there. It's all about the quality of your business. So maybe you want a nice house. Well, my house was beautiful. But of course, I would rather have a village environment with Africans, of course. Africans are a majority in the world, while Zimbabweans are all over. So, of course, I would, in the first place, this is what I would do if you had a choice. But wouldn't you like to rewind time? Of course, anybody can do that. So I guess the dentist made a mistake. But I guess for my next appointment, I could end up being the champion, because you've got to think of the health benefits of walking around. Like any place, if you don't walk around, you'll never know the beauty of the world. There's pubs, there's things that are on the internet that you can search for: beautiful girls, apartments, places. Instead of trying to be dependent on your family, is always going to be the loser. You've always got to be outgoing. You can't try to be negative. Negativity is for negativity. Positive words is for something positive. But if people want to get negative, then I'm really all about the negative, G. But if somebody wants to get positive and change their life, it doesn't matter what age you are. It's all about the quality of life, because death I see is inevitable. I look forward to death. Death is like a drug or something. It's inevitable. So I will dive inside this thing like trying to bomb inside a swimming pool. It's inevitable. But in anything in this world is where you make all the physical power for the next world. So of course the police are listening and all those people. You're in a position where you call for emergency. You don't call the police like a Popeye's chicken. Or maybe you've got something to say. So I guess you've got to be a bit funny, but you've also got to be serious. Because maybe you want to change the world, or you want a concert or something. So you need to learn these gimmicks, All these things work for speech therapy, you know what I mean? So tonight will be the ultimate test, if our stuff is coming onto YouTube. So coming back into business is for the community. So let's say you want to be a rich person. It's about the community. So all those diamonds and things is not for yourself. It's for the people that are following those people. Because of course, you can't do both. You can't be a criminal and an inspiration. So you've got to be everything. You've got to be mommy and daddy, the villain, and you've got to be the hero, especially to yourself. You can't try to copy something that doesn't exist. You can't try to feed an audience that you haven't built yourself. You've got to realize the world is like a living organism, an organism that lives and breathes and has every wants and need of a home. So if this is the matrix, it won't be too long before the giant lawnmower is here to cut down the biker gangs, or cut down the white women, or cut down Africans. So you've always got to have this mental power. But I guess if you've got witchcraft or anybody that watches those negativity on the internet, it will open a gateway into your house. And then of course the first people gone are the important people. Your parents, the people you care about. So you need a relationship. So in a relationship, it's like a girl or something. Because the world is a woman. You've got to look after her. And like any girl, if you look after her, obviously she'll come back. So I guess, sleep is important, but I guess you do as much as you can. I guess I know the sort of job where people don't police themselves is a society that don't exist. So somebody perhaps could be following, or maybe thinks that this thing is a court case or something. It's a court case that can't take place. They'll throw you out of court. They'll say you're ridiculous. Because obviously nobody's got $70 million to waste. But this life is for a billionaire. So what you've got to try to do is overtime. You've got to get a job and do this after work. But you've got to make sense. You've got to take it serious. And like anything, if you say your boss don't care about you, nobody cares about you, that's impossible. Everybody's got friends and family. You've just got to put a message and surely somebody will watch. Of course, they'll try to cover up your views and not try to pay you because they've got every excuse. So you've just got to prove to yourself that you are a better person. Let's not try to talk about a stomach or something. There's no stomach. Stomach is gone. You can't talk about somebody that's got a 10-year record label. But I guess like any territory, you've got to patrol your territory. You've got to make a presence, which is a political strategy coming back into business. You've got shopping malls, you've got public appearances that you've got to do for the community. Then you can live like this. Then you can talk any nonsense. Because how many people talk nonsense and make money? But how many people take life serious and change the world? So I guess you've got every opportunity, even if you've got a conviction, then I guess you can go to Thailand, you can go to Bali. But without a conviction, the world is your oyster. You can travel to Australia, you can travel around New Zealand, you can go to the islands, but you've got to work. Because if you look on the internet, you can find a place to live. You don't have to get a 1 bedroom. You can flatmate with someone. And that gives you every opportunity. But like any condition, it's how you condition yourself. It's probably a strategy of empires all around the universe. They crumble because they cut themselves off with no supplies and no people. I always rely on a secret, the professional. I don't live in this corrupted society of Jamaica and India. I rely on professionals. A professional police officer, professional biker gang, professional welder, professional computer designer, professional doctor, professional dentist, or a professional musician. So you do as much as you can. But like any business in India, even if it's a chapati business, it's all about the quality you put in yourself. Like myself, for instance, I put the time and effort. So then something good will come out. If you want a good girlfriend, so you got to bath, clean, look after yourself. Then you can be a boss. Then you can walk around. But in a world that is locked down, where you've got people putting all sorts of things in the water, then you've got to reach out. And that's the power of the internet. The internet is sort of like a battle. Because it's images, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So you've always got to be in a place to enter the jungle. Because the jungle could be right around the corner. The jungle could be right outside the door. And another thing, you've got to sleep. Sleep is important. Don't try to stay up awake. What I try to do, I use this drug, this spicy thing. I just use it. I use it for energy. I put anything out there for future business, for my nephews, for people, or anybody that's part of this thing. Obviously, you've got a community. But in order to be a lion, you've got to be good looking, you know what I mean? So you're not supposed to abuse the opportunity. You use your strategic strategy for emergency. Emergency, you've always got to have a place where you, of course, in the park, you hide money or something. You always got to hide $300 somewhere. Doesn't matter who you are. But now we're coming to the end of this conversation. So this is not too long, just 20 minutes. How to get back into business. For other reasons, you have to do something positive. Well, you've got to take it serious. You've got to use your environment, and you've got to incorporate Africans. If you want to make something that's going to last, you got to take it serious. You got to wake up early. You got to clean your house if you want people to visit. And then, of course, if you want to wake up with beautiful girls in your bed, 7 or 8 girls, and try to be the champion, then of course that's just part of the environment. But for traditional reasons, you stay with the people in the middle class. Traditional reasons. But if you've broken the tradition, then you've got to use the opportunity for yourself, your friends, community, to get back into business, to be a role model, to make sure the thing must never get out of control. Because it doesn't matter what you say, as long as you don't do it. Because 90% is psychological, 10% is life. It's all up here. Up here, if you sense in there's a thief, there's a thief. If you think you've been poisoned, you've been poisoned. But this is the end of my 20-minute speech for the empire. Empire, of course, it exists. So it's more intricate life. You've got to be fascinated, mate. You've got to be fascinated with every breath of oxygen. So it doesn't seem so original. But it doesn't seem so impossible either. So instead of trying to focus on the ancient world, try to do something for the good people. So maybe you want to make nice rock music, or you want to come back into business. Well, then you've got to look after yourself. You've got to be in a position to be available, not unavailable. Because anything that's unavailable, nobody will take serious. But now we're at the end of my 20-minute discussion where we talk about health benefits, getting back into business, another English lecture, and another opportunity to reach out. Because if you don't reach out, nothing will come looking for you. But I guess I would like a girlfriend, but I would also like to be married, but not now. Now I wouldn't mind to change the world and also try to have an opportunity to spend money. You can't have money if you're not going to spend it. But like anything, mate, I guess, okay, the dentist made a mistake. But if it's not a mistake, I'm not going to worry about somebody who's trying to mess with our business, because any business has powerful enemies. That's what I'm trying to tell rich people. You could have a powerful enemy. You're trying to go to the dentist. It's a sinister plan. You could be now stuck in a mass grave. So, of course, the person is attacking the most important thing in our job is our mouth, which I'm not worried about. It's only going to make our business better. So this is the end of my conversation. So we'll try to pounce on these people tonight and try to make a difference by Monday, which in our business, we guarantee that by Monday, the job is done. We guarantee that what we work for, because I work on super yachts. I don't work with criminals. So I guarantee a quality. I don't guarantee corruption. But instead of trying to ponder on the past, that's another episode, mate. We got to earn your benefit. You got to earn your place in society. So it's all about coming back into business, making nice music. You've got to do something for yourself, the community, and you can't give in to corruption. Corruption's only going to breed criminals. If you go with corruption, it's going to fail. We following the lawful side. The corrupted side is trying to be stamped out. But like corruption in that part of the world is too ripe, is too difficult. So we'll try to go with somewhere easier. New Zealand, for starters, a beautiful place, pubs and every opportunity. You've got to trust people. If you can't trust anybody, nobody will trust you. But we've had another malicious attack. So we'll try to prepare for the future. So, we're in the 20-minute mark, but you've got to stay within an hour, 40 minutes and 20 minutes. So I'd like to say I'm sorry, but thank you, another episode. Because you've got episodes of all this pornography. You've got episodes of violence. So then I want to put episodes to combat all of the repercussions. You need to think of the disaster to clean up. Then perhaps maybe you won't be trying to employ a shadow. Or you won't be back trying to be in a secret society. Which is good for a lot of reasons. But that's another episode. Done and dusted. Cash paid.